Braden Garth brings up Repeater, and they stand all set to go. Heavy 8 ground. Defending, wanting to get its head down in the stall. They're off, they're racing. Missed it about a length or so. Defending, went straight back with Get Out Mick. Cruise to Victory first to move. Headed though by Right to Silence. Coming across is Repeater, and Garth wants to lead, and he'll get there very comfortably as they go up to the first turn. Repeater cruises to the lead, settles down 2 in front of Divine Impact. Over on the inside is Right to Silence. Bondi Plunge had landed running 4th. Then Cruise to Victory, who's down on the inside in front of Kira Louie. History Won't Care further back in the field with Mia Gusto as they track out onto the side, and Get Out Mick towards the tail in company with Defending. At the 600 here on the Scarp side, and Repeater looking down the barrel at a hat-trick of victory shows the way from Divine Impact coming to the turn. Back on the inside is Right to Silence with room to come through. Ridden along behind them Bondi Plunge, and now Pike is starting to stoke up Cruise to Victory, who's working into it, and so's Kira Louie. Repeater's the leader going to the 250. Kira Louie a length and a half. Divine Impact behind those is Cruise to Victory, trying to pick its way through. It's getting an opening. Repeater still the leader though. Right to Silence, and in behind those next of all Cruise to Victory, but Repeater's going to cling on, and Repeater does win again. It makes it a hat-trick of victories. Repeater scored from Right to Silence, Cruise to Victory, Bondi Plunge, Kira Louie all flooding late, and they were followed home by Divine Impact. Back at the head of the others next of all is Right to Silence, Defending, Mia Gusto, Get Out Mick pulling up behind those, and a long last is History Won't Care, which hasn't handled things at all well. Repeater, number 3, the Universal Ruler gelding, goes 3 Pete, a hat-trick. The trainer Jay Tangaroa, Braden Garth. So we're seeing the first 2 races on the card taken out by horses that have led. Right to Silence was sitting on it. Pike was at work on Cruise to Victory in behind those directly with Divine Impact. And Kira Louie, Bondi Plunge finishing off well, but Repeater holding them comfortably enough at bay to win by 3/4 of a length, defeating number 11 Right to Silence, 2 Cruise to Victory, and 9 Divine Impact. 3:11.29, no time available there. 3/4 1 official margins there. The winner by Universal Ruler has now got 4 victories from 15. Importantly though, undefeated now this campaign, so it has stepped up. Went to a West Speed Platinum this afternoon, Repeater, and has certainly repeated the dose for trainer Jade Tangaroa, who certainly is doing a very good job with this gelding. He's not overly taxed on the racetrack. His 15th run this afternoon. He's got those 4 victories on the board, and he was dominant from the word go and just kept on finding and giving through the ground, holding Right to Silence, who sat on its toe ball all the way. By Universal Ruler as well. Don't they love these conditions, the Universal Rulers? Chris Willis, Jade McNaught. Cruise to Victory by Lucky Street, third home Willie Pike, Paul Grant and Alana Williams. So it's leader after the first 2 events. The next is the Wittens Irrigation and Design Handicap over 1200, and no changes to come there in the next. They'll go at 14 minutes after 2. We'll head back down now undercover this time around to Lockie, who's near the jockey's room. After this victory, Braden Garth straight to the lead and just kept on improving through the ground.
From Repeater, 3 in a line now, and he's becoming a very reliable commodity on these wet tracks, Scotty. As you touched upon pre-race, he was the beneficiary of a scratching drawn inside of him, but in the end, I don't think it would have mattered with the speed that he showed early, and from there, he was never really getting beat.
No, he certainly wasn't, Lockie. It was great to see him cross them and find the front there. That was definitely the right move in the early stages, but this horse is just really right place, right time, isn't he? He's thriving on these rain-affected tracks. It's the right time of year for him, and as Jade said previously in interviews too, his older brother Estimator, also by Universal Ruler, he was the same. He just loved the middle of winter.
And he looks destined for bigger and better things than West Speed Platinum grade. As you said pre-race, he could well and truly go to a graduation or a 66 plus and be more than competitive when he can get his toe into the ground on a day like this. And he looks like he is set for a really big campaign. Already 3 wins to start the preparation, and I don't think the preparation is going to slow down anytime soon. There's Jade Tangaroa with Braden Garth, just grabbing a winning photo alongside Repeater, and then Jade and Braden will make their way towards us. Braden will weigh in, and I'll be able to grab Jade for a quick word after the win of Repeater, and she is one of the more remarkable horsewomen we have here in WA. She does most of her work as a Clark horse here in the West, but does a great job with her small team of horses as well, Scotty.
Always a friendly face too, always a smile on it, and why wouldn't it be after Repeater is going so well, Lock?
Now Jade makes her way over towards me. Jade, congratulations on the win. This horse here is just absolutely airborne.
Yeah, thank you. He's been flying in his work at home as well. He got a little bit of a virus after last start, which is why I scratched him from last weekend, and I was a bit nervous, but all his bloods were clear and he's been flying again since.
Describe your confidence throughout this week, knowing that he did have that little bit of a setback last week. Did your confidence only grow as the days went on?
Yeah, after his fast work on Tuesday, we were pretty happy with him and pretty confident he was going to come out and run a good race.
Where to next for a horse like him? Does he race on whilst he can continue to race on these rain-affected tracks?
Yeah, we'll keep him going while he's feeling well and going well. And a credit to Braden too, who comes twice a week to the track to gallop him. For the past 4 or 5 months he's been riding, so credit to him for all his work too.
Really well said, and a great result here. Well done.
Thank you.
There's Jade Tangaroa, and here's Braden Garth.
BG, a very popular figure as well, is BG. We were saying Jade's always smiles, so are you, and with Estimator going in this good a form, you'll be smiling for a lot longer.
Yeah, definitely. He's in a real purple patch at the moment. It was a bit of a worry. He was supposed to run last week. A few things went wrong behind the scenes, but credit to Jade to get him back to 100%, and clearly he was today.
As we saw last start, he doesn't necessarily have to lead, but when he can, he's able to dictate terms to them, and he's got a nice cruising speed.
Yeah, 100%, especially with Jimmy's coming out. I thought we're probably going to end up there. I thought so early in the day on this sort of track, it's probably the best place to be, which it did. It worked out perfect.
How is that track?
It's nice, it's soft, very soft. They're getting into it, and I think along the day it's going to probably obviously get a bit worse, so especially with the more rain we're getting, but it's holding up okay at the moment.
Congratulations, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
There's Braden Garth. He's on the board, and he combines with Jade Tangaroa and Repeater, leading all the way to take out the second at Belmont. As our attention on Racing WA TV now turns to the second at Broome, the Divers Tavern handicap over 1,100 metres. This is where Matty's best bit of the day comes up. Let's have a look at these runners, and we'll start with the one on the charge for Kelvin Moore and Natika Riordan.
Yes, this is the one I like here, Lockie. If you ignore his start 2 back, which is unfortunately when I was pretty keen on him, he's finished no worse than second in his other runs this campaign. He's just such a consistent galloper. He was able to run really well at Derby last start when quite a few couldn't handle the track that day. Had the senior on then, and he got run down by Berry Good, who does have a really good sharp turn of foot on her day. I really like the setup here. It's an on-pace galloper. They've drawn well, can sit just off the speed, or even take it up if they really want to. And with the claim of Natika, carries 4 kilos in last start over the 11. I think we go again here.